Hello and welcome to Maths Made Clear with me, Mr. Burrows.
And me, Miss Snowden.
Today we're going to be looking at addition.
We are going to show you some strategies you could use at home with your children to help progress their addition skills.
Let's go. So, addition is all about calculating a total of two or more amounts. And what we're going to do today is look at how we encourage young children to add things together, right from kites all the way up to year 6. So the different methods that we use as we go through the school.
First of all, we're going to look at the use of Numicon, which is a practical tool which we use in school to illustrate simple addition. Children get used to counting the Numicon and the colours that represent each number. Numicon goes up to 10, you have a 1 block, and all goes all the way up, so we have all the numbers to 10. If we were wanting to find our number bonds to 10, number bonds are two numbers that add together to make a total. Could be bigger than 10, but this example we're just going to use 10. In finding a number bond to 10, we could use 2 blocks to show 7 plus 3. Children can compare those blocks with a full block of 10 to see that 7 plus 3 is the same amount as 10. We can also show that numbers that cross 10 in this way.
Brilliant. So then we go into looking at different models. So maybe not necessarily as practical and concrete, but actually looking at models that we can draw. So the first one we're going to look at is called the bar model. And it is what it says. It's just a series of bars. So if we look at, for example, 8 plus 7, well, we can represent those as 2 bars that are connected to each other. And then we can add those up to make 15. And 15 would be shown as a bar above it, which shows that when you add 8 and 7 together, it makes the total bar, which is 15. We can also look at something called a part-whole model, which is where I think it looks like a bunch of cherries personally, but we call it a part-whole model. And what that shows is it shows, again, with 8 plus 7, that you've got 2 bubbles or 2 cherries that are the parts, 8 and 7, and then they join together, as you can see from the line, to the whole, the total part, which is 15. We could also use a part-whole model to look at more than 2 numbers. So in this case, we've got 3 numbers. And as you can see from the parts and the whole, what we're saying is 7 plus 6 plus 2 equals 15. Those 3 parts added together makes the total. This is a really good opportunity as well for us to remind children that actually addition is special, because you don't need to add them in a particular order. You can add them in any order and you'll still get to the same whole. So in this case, we could do 2 plus 7 plus 6 equals 15. It all works in the same way.
Fabulous. So now we're going to have a look at number lines, because we could also show the addition sentence 8 plus 7 on a number line. So here is a number line. What we would do is we would start by finding the number 8 on the number line, because that's the number at the beginning of our number sentence. We know that we need to add on 7 to our number line. So we're going to make 7 little jumps along onto each number until we reach our answer. So we're going to start on 8, and then we're going to use our whiteboard pen to jump along 7 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here I've landed on my answer. My answer is 15, so I know that the number sentence 8 plus 7 equals 15.
That's right, and we can use number lines to help us with larger numbers, for adding up larger numbers. So we can jump in ones, but when children become more confident in adding in tens, we can then jump in tens as well, or even larger groups of numbers. So in this example, we have 38 plus 5, and that equals 43. But what we can do is we can start our number line at 38, and then we can make our 5 hops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and end up at 43. Or we could try something slightly more complicated, 38 plus 15. Well, in this case, we start at 38, we make a jump of 10 first of all, so that we get to 48, and then we add the 5 ones that we've got left to get ourselves to 53. We can extend this even further if we wanted to. So if we did 38 plus 23, for example, we could jump in 2 sets of 10, or if we feel really confident, we can jump in a 20 and then add the 3. So we can use number lines for 2-digit numbers without too much of a problem.
When we reach larger numbers, it becomes very difficult to use a number line or a part whole model or a bar model to add these together. So we go onto the formal written method, also quite widely referred to as column addition. If we had the number sentence 1043 plus 617, we can write that out in the column method or the formal written method. Let's begin by carefully lining everything up so that the ones and the tens and the hundreds all line up. This, we can then add the columns one at a time. So we can add the ones column, then the tens column, then the hundreds column, then the thousands column. This can then be extended to much larger numbers if it's needed.
Now, that is it for us and addition. We hope that this has been helpful. But if there's anything here that you're not sure about, or if we've gone through anything that you're not 100%, then please do talk to your class teacher. That is what we're all here for. We want to help you because we know that when you help your children with maths at home, then they will get better at school. There are also lots of other videos that you can find about different topics. So maybe if you're interested, go and find one of those. Thanks very much.
Thank you.